Welcome learners to my kcse revision channel. Teacher James Marita, Tribal Boys High School. Kindly subscribe my channel, click the notification bell such that you get notified once I upload a new video. Today we are looking at chemistry kcse revision, that is Form 4 work, electrochemistry, and we are going to look at a part of a dry cell. This dry cell sometimes is called the Leakland cell, or you can call it the primal cell. From this area of a dry cell, this year we are expecting a question from this particular part. So we have the features of this dry cell. So in my diagram of this dry cell, I have two dry cells here. So we have this is a dry cell. This dry cell, sometimes you can call it the primal cell, or you can call it the Leakland cell. So in this dry cell, it has some features. So if you look at this cell, this part, the top here, this is the positive. So we can have the positive terminal here at the top, and then at the bottom here, we have a negative terminal. So we have the positive terminal here at the top, and then we have the negative terminal here at the top. So this is a dry cell we have. So in this dry cell, the dry cell, this one here, it has a zinc casing. So we have a zinc casing around this cell. The zinc casing, in this case, it is acting as the anode. And in this zinc casing, the casing inside, we have a mixture of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride as paste. So that is what we have inside the zinc casing. So we have also inside this zinc casing, we have the manganese 4 oxide, which is mixed with the powdered carbon. Then we have a separator, which is also separating the zinc casing and the zinc casing and the carbon anode. So we have also what we have a protective covering. So a protective covering of this cell. This is the one represented by this red part. So this is what we have, a protective covering. Now, what are some of the questions that being expected from this cell? From this cell, one thing that you need to understand in this cell is that writing the questions in both the cathode and the anode. Remember, we have said this is the positive terminal here, the positive terminal here, and then we have a negative terminal. So negative terminal is normally the negative terminal is the cathode, and the positive terminal is the anode. So the zinc can act as the negative terminal and act as the anode, where it is get oxidized. So this zinc casing, it is acting as the anode, and in this case, the oxidation is normally takes place there. So what happens there? There is a loss of electrons. So the zinc loses an electrons. So if you are required to write an equation on how the electrons are being produced, so you write this equation here. So this is equation here where now zinc can lose the 2 electrons, and therefore the zinc solid is being formed. So the zinc solid or zinc metal, it is being formed at the anode, where we have the zinc casing. Then again you can also be asked to give the purpose or the role of the powdered carbon. The role of this powdered carbon here, is just to increasing the surface area of the positive terminal. In the positive terminal, there is a reduction. Reduction will normally take place there, where the ammonium ions will be being reduced to ammonia gas and hydrogen gas. So in that case now, the powdered carbon, it is increasing the surface area for the positive terminal, where reduction is taking place, where the ammonium ions is reduced to ammonia gas and hydrogen gas. And again now the sink we have this sink can here. Inside we have a mixture. So here you can have a mixture of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste. So if we have a mixture of zinc chloride, ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste, this one here they act as an electrolyte. If they are acting as an electrolyte in this case here, they are not supposed to be dry. So if they will be dry, what will happen in this case? So if this mixture of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride becomes dry, what will happen here? The cell will not produce the current. The cell will not produce the current, or if you are using the pulp will not light. And in this case, you can also, the ions will not mobile. The ions will not mobile because a solid is an electrolyte. A solid is an electrolyte. So this one here, the paste, if it becomes dry, what will happen in this cell? There will be no production of the current. Or if you are using the pulp will not write because a solid is an electrolyte. So we have said that that mixture is acting as an electrolyte. Then now here at the cathode, there is a reduction takes place there, where we have the ammonium ions will gain electrons and therefore it will be reduced to ammonia gas and hydrogen gas. So at the anode, the zinc metal or zinc solid is being produced there because zinc is losing it is losing the electrons. At the cathode, in this case here, ammonia gas and hydrogen gas are produced because in this case there is a reduction. Now, sometime now you will be having now the purpose or the role of the manganese oxide. What is the role of the manganese oxide in this dry cell? The role of the manganese oxide here in this case, it oxidizes the hydrogen gas produced at the electrodes to water. So if the hydrogen gas produced is being oxidized to water, it preventing any bubbles from coating the carbon terminal, which could reduce the efficiency of the cell. So in this case, if you will be required to give the purpose or the role of the manganese oxide is just the same. It oxidizes the hydrogen gas produced to water and therefore preventing any purpose coating the carbon, therefore which could also reducing the efficiency of this cell. We have the ammonium chloride. Sometimes you will be required to give a reason why the ammonium chloride is used. Why ammonium chloride is used as a paste. Why is it used as a paste? Because ammonium chloride is used here as a paste because I've said earlier that the solid does not conduct electricity. The solid does not conduct electricity because the ions are not mobile. So also we have the advantage and disadvantage of this cell. So one of the advantages of this cell, it is cheap. They are readily available. Number two, it is portable. You can be able to carry this one and move from one place to another. So it is just portable. So the disadvantages of this cell, it does not produce the continuous supply of electricity. And again, you can see there, it can also produce the environment, and also you can also say here that it is not rechargeable. So those are some of the disadvantages of this dry cell. So we have come to the end of our lesson. So the main thing you need to understand here, you study the role of the powdered carbon, the role of the manganese oxide, the role of the manganese oxide, the reason why we are using the ammonium chloride as a paste, and then you will be able to write the equations on how the electrons are being produced. So we can have the equation at the anode where the zinc whose the zinc is being oxidized. And also we have the question at the cathode where the ammonia gas and the hydrogen gas are normally produced. So again, if you check on this one here, we have a cell representation. So if you are required to write the cell notation or the cell representation or the cell convection of this cell, so we can have zinc, zinc aqueous, zinc solid, zinc aqueous. Then we have the double stroke. The meaning of this double stroke, the meaning of the double stroke is normally it is a solid bridge. So what is the purpose of a solid bridge in the cell? The purpose of a solid bridge in the cell, or the function of a solid bridge in the cell, it is connecting the two half cells, or it allows the ions to move from one half cell to another. So we have come to the end of our lesson. Kindly subscribe. You click the notification bell. You get notified once I upload a new video. Thank you.